So how do we solve the equation x cubed is equal to I? And of course, it seems that we can just take the cube roots on both sides, but let's not do that, because the point of solving this equation is to find out all these 3 cube roots of I in the standard form of a complex number. Okay, I also know that we can do the polar method for it, but let's not do that either, because this equation is pretty complex already. Let's keep the method simpler. In fact, let me subtract I to both sides, so we get x cubed minus I is equal to 0. This is just a cubic equation. We have 2 terms. How can we factor this? Well, if we have a sum or a difference of 2 cubes, we can factor it. And the truth is, this is the secret right here. Check this out. If we have I to the first power, that's just equal to I. If we have I to the second power, that gives us -1. If we have I to the third power, that is what? Multiply this by I to get here. Multiply -1 by I, we get -I. So -I happens to be I to the third power, so we can rewrite the -I right here as x to the third, and then here plus I to the third, and then that's equal to 0. And now we have a sum of 2 cubes. And we can use the formula to factor this, which says a cubed plus b cubed. This is equal to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. In our situation here, a is the x, b is the I. Factor it, we will get x plus I times, next we have x squared minus ab, so just this times that. Let me write it as ix. Lastly, we add b squared, which is I squared. And I'm going to put that as -1 later. Now, product of 2 things is equal to 0. That means the first one has to be 0, or the second one has to be 0. And then this is just -1 by definition. So for this, x is just equal to -I, and that's exactly what we saw right here also. Now, for this right here, I'm just going to do it on the side. We have a quadratic equation with a non-real coefficient. Let's just use the quadratic formula. So, right here, x is equal to -b, which is -I right here, plus or minus square root, and then we have b, which is -I, square that, minus 4ac. A is 1, c is -1, all over 2 times a, which is 1. So this is I plus or minus square root. This right here, negative square is just positive, so it doesn't matter. I squared by definition is -1, so we have -1 here. And then -4 times 1 times -1 is just plus 4. And then all divided by 2. Inside here, this is interesting because this time, the square root part actually stays real because we have the non-real part right here in the front. So we have I plus or minus square root of 3 over 2. Now, I would like to write this down in the standard form of a complex number. I'm going to put on the real part first. So we can get x equals square root of 3 over 2 plus I over 2. So that's the second answer. Now, one more answer, negative square root of 3 over 2, and then still plus I over 2. And that's the third answer. So ladies and gentlemen, these are the cube roots of I. That's it.